What's going on, y'all? This is Maquez back again with Harmony Reptiles, and today we're going to be feeding some boas. Now, before we jump into this, I wanted to talk real quick about feeding your snakes live prey versus frozen thawed. And out the gate, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't think it's a good idea for you to be feeding your snakes live prey unless they are newborn boas. Typically, you want to give your snakes at that age, you want to give them live prey because they're not going to take to the frozen thawed. As far as I know, I haven't heard of any instances where newly born boas take straight to the frozen thawed. They're not going to eat it. It's in their natural instincts. It's more stimulating for them to want to eat the live prey. And once you get a few of those meals inside of them and they're more accustomed to eating regularly on a schedule, then you can transition them over to frozen thawed. Now, I'm gonna talk to you about why I don't think it's a good idea to give your snakes live prey. And before I get into that, I'll go ahead and say I was one of the people who, I don't really want to say I was against frozen thawed, but I wasn't a fan of it. Basically because if I was a snake, I wouldn't want somebody giving me some frozen piece of meat. I wanted it to be as realistic and as stimulating for my snake as possible. But I kind of learned my lesson the hard way. I tend to learn a lot of my lessons that way. But essentially what happened was, I think it was a medium-sized rat. I was giving one of my boas, right? And she went to strike it and she hit it, but she didn't get a good enough constriction around the rat, and its hands and its feet were free. And naturally, the rat didn't want to die, so of course it was fighting for its life. So it scratched my snake's head and back all up before she eventually was able to stop it from breathing and kill it. It took her a few good sheds to heal from all those scratch wounds. And that was enough of a wake-up call for me to be like, okay, that could have been a lot worse. And on that note, I've heard of some instances where other people weren't so lucky with their snakes. I've heard stories of people losing their snakes, man, because obviously the bigger the snake, the bigger the prey. The bigger the claws, the bigger the teeth. And the same scenario would happen to where either the snake would hit and not get a good constriction around the snake, or it would miss and the prey would just fight back. And essentially the rat or whatever they were feeding their snake would bite through the head of their snake and kill it. So no, as much as I wanted the stimulation, and to make it as real as possible for my snake, I figured that the health and the safety of my snake was way more worth it than me wanting to give my snake a live prey item. And to be honest with you, as bad as it might sound, another reason that I wanted to give my snake live prey was because it was just exciting to me. I got a kick out of watching my snake, hunt down the prey and kill it. And also I started to feel bad too for the prey, right? Going to the reptile store, buying this live animal just to take it to be eaten. So there's that too. But yeah, those are the reasons that I don't think you should give your snake live prey. Real quick too, I want to talk on the size of the food that you should be giving your snake. Essentially, you want to give your snake something that's going to leave a nice size lump inside your snake's belly. Say your snake is this thick around, you want to give it something that's this thick around. You don't want to give it something that's smaller than your snake because obviously it'll still be hungry. So just give your snake something that's a little bit bigger than the thickest part of your snake's body, and they should be good. I feed my boas right now once every 7 to 10 days. My biggest snake is eating large rats. Once she gets up to jumbo size rats, then I'll probably space it out to like once every 2 weeks or something like that, so forth and so on. But yeah, that's that on that. Let's jump straight into this feeding. All right, y'all. First thing we're gonna be feeding is my baby girl Genesis here. It's my little Peruvian. Let's see if she takes. Usually she doesn't miss a meal. Yep, there she is. That shaking I'm doing right there is to stimulate the boa, make it seem like the rat is alive. So here I got my boy Aries. This is my Guyana boa. Now I will say, I don't know what his problem is, but typically I have to leave the rat in his enclosure, and then when I come back overnight, it's gone. But for whatever case, whenever I'm trying to feed him, he don't take, man. And typically boas, man, they are aggressive eaters. You put anything out in front of them, they're gonna eat it. But with this guy, man, he's tricky. Like I said, he always eats once I leave the rat in his enclosure and I come back and it's gone. But initially, whenever I'm trying to give it to him, he just won't take it. But for y'all's sake, hopefully he does what he's supposed to do. This is a small rat. Yep, man. Every time. I don't know what his problem is. I'll come back tonight, man, and it'll be gone. I'll just leave this right here for him, man. And y'all might have this problem, so just try this out. Just sit the rodent down somewhere, come back overnight and see if it's gone. But every time, man, he's taken from me once or twice like this. But for the most part, I just have to leave in this enclosure and I'll come back and it's gone. So, all right, next here we're gonna be feeding my girl Nairobi. I'm telling you guys now, she misses no meals, so y'all ain't gotta worry about being disappointed with her. She gonna eat every time. This is a large rat I got her. And yeah, she gonna do what she do. Ooh. Yep. Every time. Every time she misses. No meals. So yeah, y'all, that was that. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Tried to give y'all something a little bit more exciting. If there's anything else that y'all want to see me make a video about, leave it in the comments and I'll try my best to get around to making a video about it. Again, if you enjoyed this content, like, comment, and I really appreciate it. If you really like the content, to subscribe to my channel, man. But yeah, till next time, peace. Love you, boas. Take care of you, boas. And see you next time.